there, food friends. It's Kevin.
And Marianne behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food. And Mare, since I knew you were coming, I'm going to bake a cake. Okay?
Okay.
We're making a hot milk sponge cake. This is a very old-fashioned, simple kind of sponge cake. And it's nice because it's versatile. You can flavor it any way you want. You can dust it with powdered sugar. You can make a frosting and icing. There's a lot of different directions you can take this hot milk sponge cake. Okay? So what we're going to do, and by the way, here's what I love about it. I'm not going to use a mixer to make this cake. So how's that? We're going to use
your hand
right here, the best kitchen tools there are. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to take 4 eggs, okay? And I know we have talked about this before. It really is nice to have your eggs at room temperature when you're baking, right?
Right.
Okay, we've got 4 eggs, and to that I'm going to add 1 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay? So, I'm going to get my whisk, and what we're going to do is we're going to beat the eggs and sugar together here in our bowl until it is sort of light and fluffy. If you have a good whisk, that's one of those tools in the kitchen, Mare, I could not live without. I use it constantly. So, see how it's getting almost a nice lemony color?
Yeah.
That's what you want. Okay? Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to set that aside. Now, I've got 1 cup of hot milk here, Mare. So, not boiling, not boiled milk, but hot milk. All right? So put it on low, medium low on your burner and bring it until it starts, you see the steam coming off the milk. And then take it off. You want the milk hot. You don't want to scald it. You don't want to boil it. Now, to the hot milk, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And then, Mare, I'm going to do my flavoring. Okay?
Okay.
And we had a conversation about this. What would we like to flavor this cake with?
Lemon, orange, almond.
There you go. There's 3 right off the bat. That would be great. You could just use vanilla if you wanted to, right?
Right.
So we're going to go with almond. So depending on how strong you like the flavor, you want to use probably at least 2 teaspoons of your almond extract. I'm using, this is natural almond flavoring, so it's not quite as strong as the almond extract. So I'm going to use 4 teaspoons, or I think that's a tablespoon.
3 teaspoons is a tablespoon.
Oh, okay, is it? Okay. Well, I'm using, thank you. This is why we got sister on the job here, folks. Okay, so I'm going to,
Making a mess as usual.
We want, yes, and we want to, let me get a spoon rest. Now, This is hot. So what I'm going to do, Mayor, is I'm going to gradually add that in to our egg and sugar mixture, right?
Right, because we don't want scrambled eggs.
Right, we want to temper. We want to temper. That's the other reason those eggs were at room temperature. They weren't cold. So they'll temper much easier. Anyways, we're going to add gradually until this comes up. We don't want to scramble those eggs. I love almond flavored things. Don't you, Mare?
Yeah.
And, you know, I was at our local market. We got across the street here. Well, you already knew this because I think you already got some. They had Michigan blueberries on sale.
Yeah.
And they're just coming in, folks. And do we ever love blueberries? And so I got a pint of Michigan blueberries, and we're going to serve this cake with some nice fresh blueberries. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
And I think an almond cake and the blueberry will go nicely together, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back, and we got to combine our dry ingredients. All right, sis, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put our dry ingredients together. We're going to sift them together. I got 2 cups of all-purpose flour here, okay? I'm going to put that in the mix. Then I've got a half a teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And we will just do a sift. Get that all nice and fine. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna take this out. We're gonna put the dry ingredients in here. And we're going to kind of fold them in gently. Let them soak into that hot mix. It's warm still with the milk and the eggs and the sugar and our almond flavoring. You can make this in a 9x13 baking pan, which is what we're doing, the baking dish, or you can make it in a tube pan. Okay, well, I guess I might need more of a stir. I want to get all that flour absorbed here. Okay, let me get my whisker. I didn't want to make a big flour mess, so I think now we'll be okay. There we go. A few lumps is all right. All right. So now, let me get my prepared baking dish. Marianne, I've got the oven at 350 degrees, okay, on a preheat. Here's our 9x13. Whoops. And in we go. Did I mention you could make this in a tube pan? It would need to bake a little bit longer in a tube pan, but 25 or 30 minutes in a 9x13. If you did it in a tube pan, it might take up to 40. Okay. Well, that wasn't so difficult, was it?
No, it wasn't.
All right. Middle rack. Like I said, about 30 minutes. I'll check it at 25, see how we're doing. In the meantime, I'll try to get my mess cleaned up here that I made, per usual. And we are making a hot milk sponge cake on today's Cavalcade of food. So, Mayor, the timer just went off. Let me get a pot holder here and a toothpick. It smells good. Can you smell the cake?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, I'm gonna, whoop. That's my phone. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. It's springing back, coming out clean. So, look at that beautiful sponge. So, it was 25 minutes. Let me shut the oven off here. So, 25 minutes. Another telltale sign, Mayor, is that it starts pulling away from the edge of the baking dish. So it's got a nice golden top on it. Now, we have just got to be patient at this point, right?
Right.
And let it cool down. So we're going to come back in a little while. I have washed some beautiful blueberries, and we'll put something nice together with our hot milk sponge cake. All right, honey. Well, we have let our beautiful, look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Yes, our beautiful sponge almond cool off. And, you know, when my when my phone was going off, everybody, we had a severe weather alert, a tornado warning and a severe thunderstorm warning. That's what that was. And we had a really big rainfall, didn't we, Mayor?
Yes, we did.
And I heard the sirens outside. They just stopped. So anyways, we're just plunging ahead here with our cake. And so anyways, you can dress this cake however you want. Again, the beauty of it. Frost it, glaze it. Here's what I'm going to do, Mayor. I am going to give a nice sprinkling. I like to use one of these cheese shakers just for my powdered sugar. Anyways, I'm going to do like this. And I think that'll be just fine. Then, how about we cut I'm going to cut a nice corner piece here. Let me bring this out. And first, let's look at the cake itself. Whoop! Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
Nice crumb on that cake. And I think what I'm going to do before I doll it up, we're going to Oh, it's got that nice almond flavor that I just love. Here's some of our blueberries. So a cake like this, really, no need for all the frosting. We're going to put some blueberries around it. What do you think?
Looks good.
Looks good, doesn't it? And oh, I love that almond flavor. And it's a great way to serve it. You know, you could do it with any fresh berries, strawberries, raspberries. Oh, those blueberries are good. They're from Traverse City, Michigan, up north, as we would say here. in the Great Lakes state. Anyways, a simple cake, a sponge cake, simple to make. You can mix it by hand, flavor it any way that you want, serve it with fruit,
Ice cream.
Oh, there you go. Now you're on to something. Serve it with ice cream, whipping cream, doll it up however you want. So, the recipe is in the description below. Marianne, there is a website we need to say.
Cavalcadefood.com.
That's right, cavalcadefood.com. Just like she said at the bottom of the screen. Say thanks to Marianne for working that camera.
You're welcome.
Through a severe storm warning. And we'll thank our friends for being with us, and hope everyone's having a great summer and surviving the crazy summer storms. And we'll look forward to seeing you again real soon here on Always Analog. Take care, everybody. Oh, wait. No, this is not. Always Analog is my other channel, by the way, and you can link to it in my about or whatever. This is Cavalcade of Food. So we'll thank you for being with us on Cavalcade of Food. I'm all flustered with the storm. And we'll see you again real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.